17th of July. I'm back in business with me, Harsha Subramaniam. Joining me now is Ramraj Pai, President of CRISIL Ratings. Ramraj, it's good having you on the show. You know, we were talking about corporate debt ratings, and you, in your latest report, argue that there has been an improvement in the overall universe of companies that you rate, where you're saying 167 companies have been raised, where there's been 158 downgrades. Explain to me your own reading of this improvement.
Yeah, so morning Harsha. So I think yes, I think we are seeing a good improvement. I think as I have sort of time and again spoken on your show also, I think we look at this ratio of upgrades to downgrades, and really this ratio after peaking at about 1.1 in financial year 2012 fell to 0.6 in 2013, which means about 60 upgrades to 100 downgrades. For the first quarter, it's still early. I think this number for the first time has gone above 1 in the last 3 years. So we are at about, you can say closer to about 1.1, 1.2 in the first quarter, which is I think still early days, but definitely a positive sign in terms of the fact that what we are really seeing is that while upgrades are continuing, the downgrade rate has fallen quite sharply. And that is what we see as a positive, because it somewhere reflects that the pain is sort of receding somewhat. And I think by and large we are positive that this number will remain above 1 definitely as we go deeper into 14-15.
Sure. Let me focus on those downgrades that you spoke about, Ramraj. Is this because core businesses of companies is improving, or do you think this has been achieved because companies are cleaning up balance sheets by either restructuring or selling non-core assets and so on?
Yeah, a lot of the improvement we are seeing right now is because of people trying to improve the balance sheet quality. And I think that is really what we are seeing. We are not really seeing any very significant change in the demand conditions. I would say the trend is slightly trending upwards, but really that is not driving the fact that the downgrade rate has come down. What we are really seeing in a lot of cases is that people are realizing that if they need to be viable and continue to be ready, I think the bigger issue that people are looking at is if they have to be poised for growth, then clearly they will need a stronger balance sheet than what they have at this point in time, which is really what we are seeing in terms of QIPs and equity infusions, ensuring that the debt tenors are appropriately matched. We're seeing a whole host of actions from companies.
Sure.
And I think that is really the positive that we can see, because that's important too.
This is the first that you're seeing since 2011. More number of upgrades than downgrades. Would this be a beginning of a trend, or would you say this is too early to call?
It is. I think if I really look at it on the business side, on the financial side, I think people are recognizing that they need to be stronger financially. On the business side, it's still too early, but I think we are seeing signs which do give us confidence that we will also start seeing an upturn on the business side over the next 2-3 quarters.
Sure. If you look at the universe of companies that you rate, Ramraj, are sectors, the sectors that have faced the pain the most, infrastructure, power, is the credit worthiness in the space showing signs of improvement?
Yes, they are. Yes, definitely. I think in some of these sectors we are seeing, the first signs of improvement. However, at the same time, Harsha, at the cost of maybe repeating myself, the improvement that we are seeing is really coming from the fact that a lot of these companies are trying to rework their balance sheets. At the same time, I think if I may say, the regulatory kind of environment for some of these sectors also seems to be moving towards one which is more decisive and trying to find solutions to some of the difficult problems facing this sector. So I think there is a strength which is coming back in some of the balance sheets, and also there is some degree of clarity which is emerging in each of these sectors, whether one looks at power or one looks at roads, or one looks at some of the other sectors. That is something which is definitely a positive. But in the core business, still some time away.
Sure. I have one last question, Ramraj, and this is with respect to what you're saying. If I were to correlate what you're saying with bad loans in the banking system, Can one draw an inference? Are we seeing the NPL situation mitigate?
Yes, so I think our expectation is that we do not expect a further increase in the NPLs of the banking system. If I have to look at March 14 to March 15, I would not expect that things will get any worse. That is the way we are looking at it at this point in time. Yes, there could be further companies or assets which will go into the NPA, but what is also happening is some of the assets are coming out of that net, as it were. So on a net basis, I think we will pretty much remain in the same place where we were in March 14.
Ramraj Pai, many thanks indeed for joining us with your perspective. That was Ramraj Pai from CRISIL talking about the improvement in the credit debt rating of corporate India, at least in the universe that they rate. Let's move on now. He's one of the world's most respected economists, someone who Prime Minister Narendra Modi listens to. Dr. Arvind Panagaria of Columbia University believes what's holding back India's growth is inflexible labor laws, and fixing that, he believes, could help India grow between 10 to 11%. Today, we begin our exclusive 4-part series called Transforming India with Arvind Panagaria. Vivek sat down with him and asked him about the Prime Minister's much talked about Gujarat model and his mantra of devolving power to the states. Here's a slice.